This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Women facing infertility often turn to in vitro fertilization, or IVF. Although IVF technology has improved, there is still a widely held belief that if a woman doesn't experience a successful live birth after 3 or 4 IVF cycles, her chances of a successful live birth going forward are very low. A new study looked at IVF success rates after repeated treatment cycles well beyond the 3rd or 4th attempts.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Having a healthy baby is the goal of every woman trying to conceive, including those seeking the help of in vitro fertilization or IVF.
When you first embark on IVF treatment, you should not be put off if you don't have success after the first, the second, the third cycle.
IVF technology has improved over recent years. One treatment cycle includes ovarian stimulation, transfer of a fresh embryo and any subsequent frozen embryos from that same ovarian stimulation.
Once that you've exhausted the stores of frozen embryos, would be then starting another treatment cycle.
Dr. Debbie Lawler from the University of Bristol in England says no one has really looked at the success rate when you define an IVF cycle in that way. She and her co-authors studied almost 160,000 women in the United Kingdom who underwent nearly 260,000 full IVF cycles between 2003 and 2010. They examined live birth rates among these women through 2012.
Women who are under 40 and using their own eggs, within the first cycle the success rate was 33%. It remained over 20%. By their 6th cycle they'd a cumulative live birth rate of 68%. You continue to increase your chances of success right up to the 9th cycle. You're gaining similar levels of success at around 5 or 6 cycles, which takes around 2 years, to what couples naturally conceiving would reach in about a year.
Dr. Lawler says women between 40 and 42 also increased their success rates right up until the 9th cycle. There was also encouraging news for women who produced no eggs or a very small number during a single ovarian stimulation.
And that, importantly, didn't relate to the success with your next cycle of treatment. When you first embark on IVF treatment, I think you have to think about it as a set of repeated treatments and a longish term intervention.
Catherine Dolf, The JAMA Report.
In women 42 and over, success rates were very low across all cycles, and the study authors did not see increases in live birth rates.
An explosion hit military vehicles at an intersection in the Turkish capital of Ankara on Wednesday evening, officials said, in what the military called a terror attack. 28 people were killed and 61 others were injured in the blast. The explosion hit 3 military vehicles and a private vehicle in central Ankara near Turkish parliament buildings. Authorities believe a bomb-laden vehicle caused the explosion.
With the Nevada caucuses happening soon, News 46 asks the question to random residents about who they intend to vote for in the upcoming presidential election.
Today we asked our question of the day, who are you voting for and why?
Hillary Clinton. And why? Well, she's the less of all evils. Let's put it that way. She knows the ropes. I love Bernie Sanders, but he can't get all he says done.
I am definitely voting for Donald Trump.
And why?
Well, I'm tired of the establishment just playing dirty, lying to us.
Yeah, I'm pretty much undecided because I don't like Clinton or Trump at all. I don't want anything to do with either of them.
If I get the opportunity, it'll be Donald Trump.
Why?
We need somebody that'll get things done.
I'm voting for Sanders. I'm a Democrat. I've been a Democrat all my life, and I'm going to stay with the Democrats and see how he does.
Hillary.
Why?
To see a woman in the White House.
Just to watch the rest of the town halls and any debates there are, and then I'll make up my mind. To be honest, everyone on there right now is really scary.
I don't vote, honey.
Why is that?
Because we got enough idiots running.
I'm actually voting for Clinton. because I think that she has the most experience with being in the government and being in the White House, and I think she has a good understanding of what America needs today.
I'm voting for Marco Rubio. I don't know how to answer that, to be honest, but he seems like the right man for the job.
That was our question of the day. I am Jennifer Moots for News 46.
And we caught up with Jan Lindsay from RSVP in today's Senior Health Tips.
Welcome to Health and Safety Tips for Seniors. This week we're continuing our very important message regarding wellness calls for seniors. This week we bring you Jan Lindsay from RSVP.
We have volunteers that call the seniors once a day or once a week, depending on the situation. It's a telephone tree wellness check. If the caller does not get a response, they call 3 or 4 times, and if they still don't get a response, they call me. If it's daylight, I go and check on the person. If it is nighttime, I call the sheriff's department, and they'll go and check on the senior. And so far, they have saved 3 lives by doing the wellness check with us. We have respite for the caregiver, where one of our volunteers goes into the home once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on the situation, for 4 to 5 hours at a time. We stay with the loved one while the caregiver takes a much-needed break.
How can seniors participate in either of these programs?
Well, they can call me at 751-5282, and I'll meet with them and do the paperwork to get them registered with RSVP for the programs.
Thank you, Jan, from RSVP. This is Tanya Brum reporting for you from KPVM News 46.
Interesting on the question of the day. The people that actually went on camera really, across the board, just really balanced on what their opinions were.
It seems so.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because I expected people to go one way and they didn't. And then even off camera, a lot of people didn't want to comment, but it was still about the same, about balance. Yeah, with the caucuses coming up this weekend and next week, it's kind of interesting.
Always fun hearing what everyone thinks.
We'll be back in just a moment with more from News 46.